First of all, I want to apologise about the noise in the background. My neighbours like sitting outside their house out the front and making as much noise as possible. They seem to think that everyone likes their music. So yeah, not much I can do about that really. I just want to do a quick video. So I'm going on a all-night trip tomorrow. I've tried to make a light loadout, so it's been quite successful because this is the pack. Obviously, this is everything I'm taking apart from a few little bits in my pocket, and we've got it down to 12 kilos with food and water, and I could take more of that. I think I could get that down to 11 kilos. Number one being, I'm taking half a lavoo, just the poncho on its own, just one. I was going to take the DD poncho light, but I've got it out and I used it at work to cover something up, and I left it there overnight, and I've just realised it's got about 6 or 7 quite big holes in it, so I won't be using that. So this is probably put an extra kilo on compared to the DD version. I'll just take you through what I've got packed and why. As I've said, I've got the half a lavoo there, just the poncho on its own. That's going to be my shelter, and I'm also going to wear that. If it starts raining, that's going to be my coat. It doubles up. If it's bad weather this time of year, you're going to get a lot of bad weather, so if you've already got it on, you're already wearing your shelter, which it's one of them things where if you're carrying it on your back, it feels like you're carrying weight, but if you're actually wearing it, it doesn't feel like you're actually carrying the weight when you are in reality. But in the top of the bag, I've just got my food, which I'll just take out and put to the side. I'll show you what I've got in here. This is going to be all tomorrow's food and bar breakfast actually, and breakfast the following day. Noodles, nice and light, lots of carbs, lots of energy. A couple of rolls of bread, that's going to be my bacon rolls the next morning. Bacon medallions there. I could probably cut that down a little bit as well, but I'm just being greedy. I've got an onion, a bit of an onion, that's to go in the noodles. Flavourings box here. In the flavourings box I've got some mixed herbs, some pepper, some chilli flakes, some smoked paprika, some salt, and just some oil if I ever do any frying. Just in a nice little old tobacco tin, it fits quite nicely in there. So I've got some trail mix, just if I want a snack, just to keep energy levels up, and some mackerel as well. So what I've also got to go in the noodles is some treats, so I can chop that up and put that in. High fat, high energy, just good stuff. And I've got my spork in there as well to eat it with. This is my dog's trying to come in here. I've got a funny feeling he's going to end up. Go on. I know what he's like. He'll end up knocking the camera tripod over. It's only a tripod right at the bottom, so it's not the most stable. And he is one of the clumsiest dogs in the world. So I was going to show you a picture of him then, but the garden's in a right mess where I've slung loads of stuff out, so I'm a bit embarrassed about that, so I've cleaned it up. So you'll see him another day. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm taking food wise. Gloves, working with fires, help get your hands warm. I'm taking a shemagh. Most probably use that as a scarf or to keep my head warm. I am going to be taking a Fincher Lake woolly hat, that isn't in the bag. But I'm also going to be collecting my own water. So if all I can find is really dirty water, this will be my pre-filter. I'll get onto that in a bit. But I'm going to take a litre of water. If I can't find any more than that, then I'm either going to be really thirsty or I'm just going to come home and call it a complete failure. This is one of the reasons why I'm trying to keep this light, because I'm going to have to move around a lot. I'll cover some distance to try and find a decent water source. Get out! I've got a jute Hessian sack I just find these come in handy, really handy all the time. It's good. They're good for collecting things, moving things about. I could fill that up with leaves, wrap my shemagh in it, and use that as quite a decent pillow. You can even, if you had a bigger one, I don't know if they come any bigger than this, but like you could even stuff that full of leaves and use it as a bit of an insulated mat. I don't know how well that would work considering the amount of leaves you need really to make a decent leaf bed. But I always find myself ending up using it, and again, like that could be stage one of a water filter, just to get out large particulates and whatnot. But as I said, I'll get onto that more in a minute. Sleep system wise, I've got a army jungle bag here, military jungle bag, which is the outer of my modular sleeping system. Sort of modularly made it. Stay there for a second. Part two is this, which is the sleeping bag liner, which is actually more warm than the sleeping bag itself. This used to be a merino wool blanket. It's been doubled up, so either side there's two layers of it. It's 100% merino wool, and I've sort of butchered it up, put a zip on it to make a sleeping bag liner, and it is really, really warm. I'm very happy with it, although I did shrink it a little bit trying to colour it, because it was all bright blue like this blue. Tried to make it a bit green. Absolute pathetic attempt. I'm not trying again because I don't want to shrink it anymore. It is what it is. It works brilliantly, keeps me warm, that's the main thing. So yeah, I love this thing, absolutely love it. I really wish I hadn't shrunk it, because when I try and lay flat, my feet are sticking out at the end. It's sort of poking into the end of it a little bit, but it doesn't matter too much. I've got a litre of water here, that's all I'm taking. On the other side I've got another empty one with the mug. That's just for boiling water in. I use the fish disgorger, just like that, to boil the water. I like that setup personally. You can hear the kids out the front, can't you? What else have I got? I've got a little first aid kit. Any cooking's going to be done just straight on top of the fire, bushcraft style. No frying pan, no grill, no nothing. In my first aid kit, I've got some plasters. Got a few more there. Got needle and thread with some leather sewing thread in there, so that's nice and strong in case I need to make any repairs to any clothing or kit. Prep bandage, hopefully won't need that, you never know though. One of these, probably won't need this time of year, but it just stays in there. That's for mosquito bites. Put that on there, give it a few clicks, put it on the bite and give it a few clicks, and it takes the itching away. Little fold out toothbrush, some toothpaste, and a little repair kit for an inflatable bed in case I get a hole in it. Magnifying glass and tweezers, solar fire there, doubles up. So yeah, not that much of an extensive first aid kit, but enough to get me out of trouble. I'm not going a million miles away. And in this little pot, it also doubles up as a bit of a signalling mirror. Apart from all the dirt around the edge, should clean that out really. It's been shut for God knows how long. But I've got Vaseline, Sudocrem, and moisturiser in there for any bites or whatnot that I might encounter. Just a good idea to have something like that. Chap lips, good for chap lips as well in the winter. So yeah, just a little basic first aid kit there, just to get me out of any immediate danger if I was to break my arm or gash myself open. I've got the shemagh. It's another use for a shemagh as a an arm sling or a tourniquet or something. Sleep wise, apart from what I'm actually sleeping in, I'm taking the climate insulated static Velux. I do have a lighter one of these. It's not the luxury one. This has got a bit more loft. Yeah, this is 8.9 centimeters thick. Obviously, that's pretty thick. It's darn comfortable, if I'm honest, really, for what it is. But I've got a thinner, more lightweight one, exactly the same. Static V Recon, it's called. This one's the luxury one. But yeah, it's just a bit thinner, and I do find I'm not too keen on the thin ones, but this one's really good. Climate are a brilliant company. If anyone wants me to do a review on this, just comment, because I've used this a lot of times. If I took it out there, you'd see it's covered in dirt and stuff. So yeah, if anyone wants a review, let me know. And apart from that, it's just off the stuff I've got in my pockets. So let's start off. I hope I don't hear that when I'm camping out, but there you go. Start off knife wise, open L number 9. I've burnt the handle. I actually took a little chip off there the other day. I'm not fussed about that. I think I'm going to get the number 12, big one, but it's absolutely razor sharp, shaving sharp. Sorry about this light coming through. See if there's something I can do about it. It's all just got a bit dark, but give me a second. That's better. So yeah, open L number 12. This knife, open L knives in general, I just think are brilliant. I mean, I've got this. I was thinking about taking this. This is my custom made MBK, based on a Mora, but a Mora on steroids. This is razor sharp also, but if I push this into the worktop, into the corner, and try and leave a cut with it, the penetration that I get is nothing compared to this. Absolutely nothing at all. Obviously this isn't going to take a load of baton in, etc. But the penetration on the cut, on open L's, if they're sharpened, is absolutely brilliant, and that's because how thin the blade is. And I'm not taking an axe or anything like that to split wood with. In the video I'll show you a way of splitting wood without a knife or an axe, just by using a small handsaw. So you will need a knife, don't go without a knife. But yeah, as I said, I'm trying to make this as lightweight as possible, so I didn't feel like I needed an axe. So I've got that. Cutting wise, more cutting tools. Baco Laplander, needs no introduction. No point really talking about it, I'm pretty sure you've all seen one. Yeah, that's what I'm taking for cutting wise. I'm not taking my Katana Boy or any of the other sawing instruments that you might use, because that's the lightest and it's a lightweight experiment, you might call it. Trip. I just wanted to experiment and see how light I can get it. But in my other pocket, or in one of the flaps on my trousers, little fire kit. Got this catapult band around the outside in case I need to make an emergency fire. As inside I've got a lighter, I've got a piece of fat wood that is particularly dried out, and a small ferro rod. I mean, if I can't make fire, oh yeah, look, obviously it's a char tin as well, and it's full of charred material. Just drop in some sparks into there off the ferro rod, that's surefire straight away there. So yeah, that's going to stay in my pocket. Put the band around it just to hold it together. I've I've got a bit of paracord. I think there's about 7 metres there, and a few metres of bank line in case I need anything with a bit more bite, just a bit of a backup as well. I've got in one of my flaps in my trousers, homemade Catapult. This is my favourite Catapult, slingshot, whatever you like to call it, from whatever side of the ocean you're on. And about 30 balls. There's about 30 9mm ball bearings in it. 9mm ball bearings are the go-to ammunition for a slingshot. Zoom in. Yeah, see what I mean about the tripod. So anyway, water, that's what I was going to get onto. Water, what we're doing for water, as I said, is taking 1 litre, and I'm using a good old-fashioned Millbank bag as my water filter. Not water purifier, water filter. This is just to get out particulates. Just this needs the water running through 2 or 3 times, depending how dirty it is. You hang it up, fill it full of water, and the water drips, sort of streams slowly out of the bottom. As I said, you run it through a couple of times and you're pretty much good to go onto purification if it needs be. And apart from that, the only other thing I've got is my camera kit. Yeah, that is it, the camera kit and an emergency space blanket in case I get really cold. Shouldn't ever need it, but it's an emergency one. It said the clue's in the name. So yeah, that's it. 12.5 kilos with food. And as I said, I could definitely bring that down another kilo. I could probably knock another few 100 grams off of this, if I'm honest, but I've gone for a little bit of comfort as well. If I wanted to go completely lightweight, I'd just take a big knife and that's it. But the rest all makes it more comfortable, so it depends what sort of comfort level you like. But yeah, there we go. That's it. So the video is going to be, the next video of me actually camping should be out by, I say Monday, over the weekend sometime. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, please ask. I will do a video on this. I said I was going to at some point, about the mods that I've done in this pack. Alright, I'll get another one. I'm going to start doing some short videos at home and stuff, and shorter ones when I go camping as well, some more techniques sort of stuff. It's not all overnight camps and 40-minute videos. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Cheers.